What up, YouTube? Balboa here with a brand new. I'm talking about things that I'm excited for, and yeah, I kind of decided what to call this. This will be under Balboa Talk, and yeah, I really liked it, and I'm gonna do some more now. Iron Man 3 will be broken up into several parts. I'm gonna talk about the figures I'm most excited for, and the what I believe are either the cheap or the 3-inch line. Yeah, I'll be getting to that, but I want to clarify that this will only be about the vehicle and the actual 3-inch figures that have been released. I'm not going to be talking about the 6-inch figures. Now, with that said, I would like to talk to you guys about all these new figures and my personal thoughts, and I can easily say that this line will not be as successful as Iron Man 2. I mean, Iron Man 2, they must have got millions of dollars off the toy line. They were just so good. And I can easily tell by looking at these figures they're not even going to be close to as good as the figures. But I'm going to be buying a lot of them because of the design and because of how cool they actually look. And the gimmick. Yeah, it's a good gimmick. I like it, but I don't think you should sacrifice all the articulation of a toy for it. Now, with that said, let's get started. So, the figures you see here, I believe these are the cheap figures. These will be offered with vehicles, I believe, but I've also seen these in single carded packs. Now these might be the normal 3-inch figures, which would be very strange because just by looking at them you can see all of them have no redeemable factors. They are basically the same. They're just two different molds, color different, and with accessories. I'm not going to be picking up any of these because I honestly don't want them. I don't like the designs. And I just want to get this one out of the way really quick, because these look like they have the basic 5 points, not even any elbows or knees. I mean, these are worse than Avenger figures. And yeah, they're just reuses of parts from Iron Man 2, with the reuse effect parts from Iron Man 2 as well. And even the shoulder, the shoulder pads on the one in the corner, that's a reuse. I actually have the figure that those were included with. So nothing brand new here. These are just really bad figures. So I'm not picking any of these up. I believe it's a 6-inch or a 3-inch figure. They did show a 6-inch figure and a 3-inch figure of this one. I'm not sure which is which. But this one looks pretty cool. The arm cannon is removable, and it looks very nice. I don't know which one we'll get because they weren't very specific about it, and I really couldn't find anything in my research for this line. But I probably won't get it if it's one of the 6-inch gimmick figures with lights and sounds, but if it is a normal 3-inch figure, then I would definitely be interested in getting this figure because it looks really nice. And just by looking at it, it looks like it has a okay amount of articulation. Basic 5, we may get knees and wrists. Kind of hard to tell from these pictures, but it looks like we'll be getting that in this figure. The same thing goes for this figure right here. It is a very cool figure. It's just a repaint with a new hand cannon accessory and is removable. And again, I'm not sure if it's a 6-inch lights and sounds figure or just a 3-inch figure, because again, they had both figures of this and I just wasn't quite sure. But there are images and video online, and on YouTube you can find, we can get a little more visuals of this. So if my pictures aren't good, definitely look up Iron Man 3 Hasbro stuff and you'll be able to see better images of this. But this figure is pretty cool. It's just a repaint, black and gold. I actually like it, and if it is a 3-inch figure, I would definitely be interested in picking this up because it looks pretty nice. Alright, so this is the first of the gimmick figures. Now, I believe these figures will be $12, a little pricey, but these are the figures that's going to be eating up most of my money because, I'm not going to lie, I really like the gimmick. However, with that said, I don't think you should sacrifice the articulation for this. Now, it looks like we'll be getting knees, basic 5, but with knees, possibly wrists, and elbows. Now, the gimmick is that all of the limbs, the head, the arms, and the legs, can all be separated from the figure, and you can interchange them with other figures. Now, that's pretty cool. But I do wish we had the articulation that was in the Iron Man 2 toy line. That's one of my favorite toy lines of all time, and it really disappoints me that we're not getting as much good articulation. But with that said, a lot of the designs are actually very well done with this line. Now, you can see the interchangeable arms. You can have the normal arms. And a more beefed up version. I wish they had more paint ups on this, but they don't. The shoulder cannon's kind of cool, a little awkward, and chances are I will display it just with the normal armor. Alright, so we're getting our first vehicle, and I can easily say that this is one I definitely would like to get. This is the best image I could actually find of the vehicle. Now, for what it seems, it is a sports car that will, when you push a button on the toy, it will launch the Ironman figure included, outstanding on perhaps a wheel rollerblade kind of accessory on the legs, and some folding out armor. Now, that would actually be pretty cool. It also looks like it has missile launchers, and I'm a sucker for vehicles that you can put figures in. I definitely want to get this one. This is a really nice vehicle. Very cool. We don't know if this is supposed to be like a stealth armor figure. Now, this figure does include interchangeable hands, so you can switch the hands to the normal color scheme. And it's very similar to the figure I showed earlier. Same paint scheme and everything. I really like the clear hands, honestly. You could pretend that it just charges them up so it can be able to smash items, or it's a stealth armor and when he's turning invisible, the arms turn invisible first and the body's following. It's very cool. I don't like the translucent cannon. It's a little weird, but it definitely looks very cool, and I would be very interested in picking this figure up. This figure right here is what I am picking up. This is a very, very, very cool looking figure. Now, he does come with normal hands and a cannon that can clip. It's small. It's not a cannon. It's more like a small little gun that it doesn't shoot a missile. It clips onto the arm, and it looks very, very cool. Now, you can swap the arms and have these bladed arms, and these look amazing. This will be perfect for a jungle armor if someone's looking for that, or some kind of magma jungle armor kind of thing with the red. It looks very cool. Would be cool if you push a button and the disc could shoot out. I would love that. It just looks very cool, and one thing I like is that I believe the molding on the extra arms match the molding on these arms, so you could just pretend these are gauntlets that can pop off, which is pretty cool. I definitely like that little touch, little imagination there. This is one I'm just definitely going to pick up. It looks so cool. It reminds me a lot of the Subterranean armor that the Iron Man 2 released. I believe it was early 2012 they released that figure. It was a repaint of the Deep Dive armor from the concept series, but it had a new piece where you had arms that it would connect onto the back of the figure, and it had these arms with saw blades. And this definitely reminds me of the figure, because the figure had a lot of really nice translucent red plastic and a good yellow paint scheme. So this definitely reminds me of that figure, and if you want a Iron Man with saw blades, or you just need a cool little jungle armor for your Hall of Armor, I would definitely recommend picking this one up, because it looks very nice. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed my look at the Iron Man 3 figures. I really like almost all of the ones I showed you, except for the 4 apparent single card figures. Yeah, those, I don't know if they're, because I've seen pictures of them single card, and I've seen pictures of them as the cheap little figures that you get vehicles. I don't know if they are. Either way, I'm not going to get those figures because they just look horrible. And the first 2 normal figures I showed you, again, I'm not sure if they are 3-inch or 6-inch. I saw them both ways packaged 6-inch style and then packaged 3-inch styled. And again, I'm not 100% sure, so I do apologize for that. But everything else I am definitely going to get because they look really cool. Now, a lot of people have been complaining about the idea and just the lack of gimmick. Well, not a lack of gimmick, but the gimmick in general and the lack of articulation. And I do agree. There's definitely a lot of articulation lost. But I do like the gimmick. Now, that doesn't mean I would want the articulation, and that means I don't want the gimmick and not have the articulation. I would definitely want the articulation, but these are just my thoughts on the Iron Man 3 toy line, and these were the figures I was the most excited for. There will be 3 parts of this video, so stay tuned for part 2 and part 3, and I hope you guys enjoyed the rest of me taking a look at figures. So, hope you guys enjoyed this, and until then, adios.